Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of 3 Brothers War draft. All right, rare, over the top. I think this has something to do with random stuff. Yeah, I don't think we want that. Recruitment Officer is good. Take Flight, I think, is probably good. Go for the Throat's definitely good. So that's my... Unfortunately, in this format, it hits probably 50% creatures. You know, you only get about half the targets you want, and a lot of the artifact creatures are big fat fatties that you would really want to kill. So, not as good as it probably could be, but still certainly good enough to take here. Let's see what else is in the pack. We've got Boulder Branch Golem, which I like. Prototype is very strong. Mishra's Domination. Haven't played with this. I'm sure if you're all in aggro, this is probably playable. Survivor of Corliss is definitely playable. You know, 1 power First Strike, better than I initially gave credit for. Guy's Gift is definitely good. I like that Gigamole. All right, pack 2. So we have Lodestone Golem, which is fine. If you're primarily artifacts, it's a 4-mana 5/3 with stuff, you know, that can make your opponent's decks more expensive more often than yours. I tend to play a lot of heavy artifact decks, so I could see taking it. It's also a brown card, so it doesn't, you know, contribute to any particular color. So that's one nice thing about it. Doesn't necessarily put you anywhere. The only problem with it is it's not playable in every deck. Like if I'm playing a deck that's got like 5 artifacts, I'm not thrilled about playing Lodestone Golem. Mechanized Warfare is a weird card. I think it's actually pretty good. But once again, it's like one of those cards where I could actually see taking it because it makes stuff like mass production much better. If you're primarily artifacts, I think it might even be better than Lodestone Golem if you're primarily red and artifact creatures. So maybe I'll give it a try here, particularly since I'm not giving up anything nuts. Like Weakstone Subjugation is playable, not amazing. Thraxo Demon is actually kind of good. Could have seen taking that. All right. So we have Alloy Animist, which I haven't played with, but it does make artifact creatures, so technically works with Mechanized Warfare. I really like Burnished Heart. Lets you play multiple colors, can chump block and just throw it away for some lands. It is an artifact creature, so technically it works with Warfare. In red, there's Conscripted Infantry. Both sides work with Mechanized Warfare. That is pretty good, but it seems a bit early to take it. Burnished Heart just seems better. I'm fine taking Burnished Heart here, I guess. Deadly Repost. Not amazing removal. Power Stone Engineer playable. Stern Lesson's good. I do like Stern Lesson quite a bit. But I think Burnished Heart I'm going to give the slight edge to so we don't go in another color. Wing Commando is good. Good soldier. Haven't played with the Firebomb. Seems very pricey. But it can blow up lands, so that's something. Infiltrator, good for the sack deck. One of the most important cards for the sack deck, I would argue. All right. So we have Splitting the Power Stone again. Don't like it. Take Flight, I do like it. Fall of Krug, don't like it. Clunky, not good enough. Interesting card, but not good enough. Skull Flayer, good for the sack deck. Domination, could take the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's not bad. Works with Warfare, has Unearth. I could see taking that. Not great, not terrible, but 5 mana, 5 power, it's got Trample. Good if you're aggressive. Mechanized Warfare, I would say, wants you to build an aggressive deck, so why don't we just take it? Another brown card. Never bad. Fade from History. I kind of like this card. I think this is actually pretty good. Problem is, I feel like it goes a little bit against what we're trying to do, but we did just get past a 5th pick Tactician, which I would say is a very good sign for the Soldier deck. The only problem with that is it kind of disregards everything else we picked, which I don't love. But otherwise, in red, we do have Pyrrhic Blast, which I think is actually playable. It's an instant speed sack a creature, so in response to your removal, I'll sack this. I'll deal damage equal to its power to this, and I'll draw a card. I kind of like that. It's an uncommon as well. Keeps us sort of in this plan. I think instead of completely pivoting because of a 5th pick Tactician, I'm going to take the Pyrrhic Blast. You know, interestingly, I haven't seen this played yet. Fade from History is good. I just, once again, I kind of feel like it's counter to what we're trying to do here. All right, so in red, we have Unleashed Shell. Uncommon is Sigil of Valor. Skull Flare again. We have a Mine Worker, works with Warfare. I'll take the Unleashed Shell. I don't really love this card, but, you know, I've played against it enough. It's certainly a playable card. Your 5-mana removal spells aren't as good as they used to be, but still playable. Demolisher. Now, this card is very, very good. Very strong. I like the Automaton as well. I think I'm giving the edge to the Demolisher, though. This thing really does deal a lot of damage. Automaton's just sweet because it's got Prototype, and that's a good cost for a hasty creature. But I would rather have the Demolisher, and I've lost enough to Demolisher where I respect it. What's this do? It lets you, like, add a bunch of mana. Don't really need it. Emergency Weld is good. Plus, it works with Warfare. Would stick to the go for the throat sort of plan. Otherwise, we take a Tower Worker, which actually does quite a bit here. Works with Warfare, has reach, ramps into Juggernaut, Shell, and Demolisher. Weld is certainly a better card. I just don't know if we're black yet. I really do like Weld a lot, though. This card is sweet. It's better for the sack deck, though. I'm going to take the Tower Worker. Over the top. Well, it came back. Ornithopter, I guess technically works with Warfare. I don't really want it, though. Curate's good. Desynchronize is playable. Maybe it's time we just take the Domination, see if it pans out. Or we start taking blue, maybe. Like, take the... Well, Curate's better for the if you've drawn 2 card effect thing. So, neither of these blue cards work exactly with the plan we want to do. I'll take the Domination just in case we end up all in aggro and give it a try, because I think it actually is probably playable. So Mass Production might be the pick, actually. It works great with Warfare. Would rather be in the Soldier deck, but Warfare kind of functions as the Soldier Lord, similar to the Soldier Lord here. It's a little more exciting than a second Domination. Could take the Sibling Rivalry. Technically works with Pyrrhic Blast if you have 8 mana. That's true. Maybe I'll take Rivalry. Mass Production, if you're not going for a Soldier deck, I feel like is less good, even if you have a Warfare. Infantry's couldn't have asked for a better wheeled card there. That's great. Another Domination. I guess so. I doubt we're going to play multiple Dominations, but whatever. Depth Charge Colossus, so late blue stuff. I guess I'll take it. Colossus is fine. It's also an artifact. Scatter Ray is actually pretty good. All right. Possibly blue open. Hercule. This card's kind of cool. Kind of like that. I could actually take the Cliff Stomper and attempt to build a mono red deck, because Cliff Stomper would be a good reason to do that. But we do have Urza in here as well, and we have artifact cards, so we can make those Power Stone tokens. We also have Overwhelming Remorse, which is good removal at its best in a, you know, deck that would have ways to get a lot of creatures in your graveyard. But you think we can get Strongbow and the Infantry back? I'd kind of like both. They're both very good. I could take Cliff Stomper and legitimately try and just build a mono red deck. Because I would say Cliff Stomper is a remarkably strong deck for that. Let's try it. See what we wheel. Because I think we're going to wheel at least the Infantry, maybe not the Strongbow. Visions of Fire Exit. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn at the beginning of your end step if you didn't play a card from exile. This card's sweet. Obliterating Bolt's amazing too. Another Cliff Stomper, which would be great. But I'm going to take the Visions of Phyrexia because this is an extra card every turn for 4 mana. You know what? I'm willing to just take, because we're already in good shape for a mono red deck. No chance we get the Obliterating Bolt back. You know, honestly, there is a chance we get the Cliff Stomper back. Because if you're not playing mono red, it's not like that's a highly desirable card. But I want the Visions of Phyrexia. I think an extra card each turn is too good to pass up on. All right, well, Fauna Shaman's amazing, but do I just take it for the sake of taking it? Maybe not. We do have Tower Worker. I could take Mine Worker. It's a 2-drop. We are 2-drop light, so I could see possibly doing that. There's also Bitter Reunion, which is fine. I mean, Fauna Shaman's better, but if I really want to make the mono red thing work, which if I'm going to go in on the Cliff Stomper plan, I probably should do that. I maybe just take the Mine Worker, get another 2-drop that also works with Warfare. I mean, Arbalest Engineer is amazing too, and is technically a red creature. That's true. This card is very good. But you know what? I'll just take Mind Worker because the interest of playing a mono red deck is quite high for me. So now we have Bitter Reunion versus Automaton. I think I'll take Automaton. I really like this card. Prototype cost is reasonable. And I would like to try to make an aggressive artifact-y deck here. All right, Rock Hunter's perfectly fine. Aeronaut's Wings I usually like to play as 1-up, but we actually need some 2-drops here, so I'm going to take Rock Hunter. Gosh, if we get that Cliff Stomper back, I'm going to be pretty excited about this deck. Removal-wise, what are we looking like? We got Unleash Shell, Pyrrhic Blast, is that it? And then, I guess, technically, a couple Mishra's Dominations, which are kind of removal. You know, Chain Dancer's better than it looks. I wonder if we need Forge Chanter more. The problem is well, I guess we have only 9 creatures, so we have 7 non-creature spells already. I don't know if this is going to do enough in the deck. It does work with Warfare, and we only have 3 2-drop creatures right now. But we don't have any 4-drop creatures, and Chain Dancer, especially with Warfare, definitely seems good. Because each time it deals damage, it deals +1. So really it deals 6 damage. Deals 3 and then 3 with Double Strike, which is kind of cool. So it's not just 5 damage, it's 6 damage. It's pretty cool. I don't know. Like I said, this card has been deceptively good for me. I think actually the 4 toughness is what kind of puts it over the top. This card's amazing. And since there's really nothing else in here, I think we just take it, and we're probably going to end up playing white because of it. And you get artifact or creature cards. Wow. Yeah, I mean, this already spits out a bunch of stuff. It's a great card. Pyrrhic Blast number 2, not bad. Scrapsmith can dig up some stuff. Another Mind Worker here, another Mishra's Domination. I'll try Pyrrhic Blast. I mean, if you have a Demolisher out, it just deals like a billion. I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. I think it's actually just fine. It is, and once again, it's good with Sibling Rivalry, which we probably will anyway. All right, I'll take another Infantry. It's definitely something this deck wants. Got that Cliff Stomper back, as we had hoped. Now we're really looking cool. This deck is cool. All right, I'll take my 1 Aeronaut's Wings. I would probably play it over Domination anyway. So we're looking pretty good. We could use some better removal than 2 Pyrrhic Blasts but Pyrrhic Blast is going to be pretty good with Cliff Stomper too. I'm a fan of Supply Drop, and this deck actually needs something. If we don't have removal, at least a combat trick will do. Sometimes combat tricks are better than removal, depending on what kind of deck you're building. In our case, we look like something that wants to beat down, in which case Supply Drop can be better. You know, Dig Site, this is like optimal Dig Site deck. Well, I guess that's wrong because we have the 2 Cliff Stompers, so we really don't want to soil the mana base. What do we have with Mishra here? Permanents you control have ward, sack a permanent. Each artifact card in your graveyard has Unearth. Wow, that's pretty cool. Well, the sad thing is we already have our artifacts already kind of have Unearth. Otherwise, there's Scrapsmith in here, which we probably will anyway. Ward, sack a permanent is nice though. Our cards are not easily targetable. This does technically work with Warfare as well. And being able to get back... I mean, unearthing some of these artifacts is kind of pointless. Well, I guess one time... whatever, we'll take it. I'm not giving up anything of substance for us for it, except the Scrapsmith, which I think we're going to wheel anyway. So here's a Scrapsmith. Evolving Wilds we definitely don't need. I'll take the Scrapsmith. It's a very good card, and we already have 8 artifacts, so I'm fine with that. So we could take Overwhelming Remorse. If we do Mishra could be the splash as well as like Overthrow. The problem is we really don't want to tarnish the mana base because of Cliff Stomper, which is unfortunate because we have some good stuff in here. I could play another Juggernaut. That brings us up to not too many 5-drops. You know what? Juggernaut's probably the pick here. I'm going to have to just accept that we're most likely not splashing strong cards for the sake of having 2 Cliff Stompers and really trying to maximize that. I'm going to take the Juggernaut here. Another Rock Hunter, certainly what this deck wants. Reach is always good. We need some more beats that are cheap, so yes, please. Wow, Iconoclast is a great card, but I don't think we're taking it here. I'm going to take a Whirling Strike because we already have 15 creatures, and Whirling Strike is a nice... I've really found this card to be effective. Really lets you just pound damage through early, especially if they just want to trade. You turn a trade into your opponent takes 3 damage and your guy lives, like with Rock Hunter. With Cliff Stomper with a Whirling Strike, I mean, that's going to deal a lot of damage. Junkyard Genius is a very strong card, too. I'm going to take the Strongbow. This is like just what the doctor ordered for this deck. This card really puts people away, and I like it a lot here. We actually don't have that many artifacts, but not that big of a deal. I think likely the Dominations aren't going to make the deck. Wow, Whirling Strike 2, love it. Gonna take it. Wow, we could have the Power Plant Worker and get the full, but... I mean, it is good. But I think Whirling Strike is actually just going to be better here. Because I'm not even 100% sure we're going to play the full 3. I mean, getting all 3 out, too, is not super easy, even if you have all 3. So I would say at this point, we're probably not doing the Dominations. Guess I'll take another Rivalry. Technically good with the Pyrrhic Blast, but... we'll see. It could be a fine sideboard card, I guess. Because we still have some cuts to make here. I don't know if we need the Burnished Heart. It's kind of cool with Cliff Stomper, I guess, but... just seems like something that could get cut and it wouldn't make a difference. Not much ramp in here. Basically just a Tower Worker. And the Burnished Heart. I guess Burnished Heart does let us power some stuff out. All right, I'm going to take another Scrapsmith. What's our artifact count? 9? It's not bad. That's not bad. Fall of Krug we don't need, but I'll take it anyway because it's red and maybe there's some land I'm worried about I want to blow up. Or maybe they have a million X1s, so board wipe that deals damage to them. Could be a sideboard plan. All the sibling rivalries. Well, I probably don't need a Pristine Talisman. So, sure. Haywire Might's a good card, but I don't think we're taking it if we're not going to run green. I don't think we need this. Firebomb for emergencies, I guess. So, first mono color deck I've run in a very long time, but I'm kind of glad it all came together. We got the Mechanized Warfare with 2 Sardian Cliff Stompers. It's kind of cool. And we got Visions of Phyrexia, so we have some extra value there. It doesn't look bad to me. We have at least a couple cuts we need to make. Am I going to play 17 lands? You know, if you do mono color, it's usually okay to run 16. We do have 2 7-drops, but one of them is a 3-drop too. Let's look at what the curve is really like here. I mean, the curve is really like Automaton. But, I mean, Cliff Stompers rewarded for more mountains. And we need to make 3 cuts. We have at least 2 should be creatures. Weakest creatures in the deck. I would say Burnished Heart is probably better than Tower Worker, but I understand the debate on that. I think it's because this has reach and you don't have to pay to... you immediately get the mana, whereas with Burnished Heart, you don't immediately get the mana. I could see maybe Conscripted Infantry. I kind of want to stick with the Chain Dancer. I want to keep all my 2-drops. Mine Worker's not amazing. That's true. I could see maybe cutting... if we're only cutting 2 creatures, though... is it probably the infantries? I do like infantry in here, though. It's great with the warfare. Mine Worker's not incredible. It's just a 2-drop. Having 5 2-drops is nice, though. Because we have a lot of 3-drops. I guess I probably like Scrapsmith more than Infantry because it can come out to equate just another card. Whereas this just gives you another body. This could actually come out to another card. But this is also a 3-1. Gosh, they're both actually really good. Maybe I'll just cut one of both. I think that's fair. Do I want 2 Pyrrhic Blasts? Well, we have some high power stuff, actually. Like attacking with a Juggernaut and then Pyrrhic Blasting is pretty strong. That can definitely win a game. I could maybe cut the supply drop. I want to stick with the Aeronaut's Wings. I definitely want to stick with the Whirling Strike. Whirling Strike and Cliff Stomper, I think, wins a game. You have like 6 mountains out. You attack. Get in for 8 power, first strike trample. It's a lot. All right. Or we could just cut the land and go to 16. That is an option. Because our card advantage is not that much. We have Visions of Phyrexia, a supply drop. But at the same time, I want to be able to pay for Unearths and Demolisher. We have some graveyard value. We could get punished for running 17 mountains, to be honest. But usually in that case, what I like to do is run a little bit more mid to high end. So that way, at least I've got some bigger stuff that I'm building towards. But I'm also trying to be aggro. But even when you're trying to be aggro, you got to have some sort of mid to late game plan. You can't just rely on Rock Hunters to get you there. You need some like Demolishers, some Juggernauts, some fatties to get in there. All right, I'm debating just maybe cutting the supply drop because I like Whirling Strike more. Aeronaut's Wings is going to win some games with Cliff Stompers too. This is a cool deck. You know, it's not... it's an odd archetype. It's not an archetype I could see playing all too terribly often, but it kind of panned out mono red with some artifact support. So, all right, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right. Well, round 1, we got a good looking keep here. We're on the draw. Hey, Pyrrhic Blast and Cliff Stomper or Juggernaut is pretty good. All right. Well, Cliff Stomper at least. Cliff Stomper to Juggernaut at some point. I kind of like it. I feel like we're kind of strong against some removal too, like Prison Sentence or Weak Zone Subjugation. So the things that are on that they have on color. Ooh, little double striker, huh? Sure. So they can get in for 4 flying, but we can smash back for 4, so that's not bad. The only issue is we don't really have a amazing attack here. I mean, I guess we're even. And I can leave up Pyrrhic Blast if they have some removal, I guess. All right. So we'll get in for 4. Next turn, I guess we can do Juggernaut. Let's see. They can play a land and pump and get in for 8, which is pretty good. But they don't have the 5th land, so I guess not quite have lethal yet. All right, that's actually fine. Now at least we get value out of our Pyrrhic Blast, so that's good. The only problem is we have to do it on our turn, which isn't great. So if they get the land... Let's see if I play Juggernaut, they at least smash for. I think we just Pyrrhic Blast now. Because I can't do it on their turn. That's really the problem here. So we'll do Pyrrhic Blast. It's fine. Kill their thing. We draw. So next turn we'll have to do Juggernaut. And then we can do Demolisher. All right, no play. That's good. And if they counter Juggernaut, at least we can like replay it. That's cool. Lay down arms. Lay down arms is going to be good against Cliff Stomper because they only need 2 planes to take care of Cliff Stomper. That's pretty good. And it exiles. I guess that doesn't make too much of a difference for us, but still pretty good. All right, so I think we're, let's see, Demolisher versus Blitz Automaton. I think I'm going to do a post-combat Demolisher because then next turn I can do the Automaton. Sure. Five mana. They're at 16, so we got to attack with the Demolisher here. And I guess we'll just play a Juggernaut. So if they have removal for Juggernaut, well, I don't think we die unless they have enough to, let's see, they have 7. So if they have like a way to do it for, oh, or they do just kill us. Well, did I have an out there? I guess my out would have been to, all right, so my out would have been play the Aeronaut's Wings and not attack with Demolisher. Or did they need the land there? They did use all their mana. I don't know. I forgot if they played a land or not. All right, so we're playing against like sort of a soldier deck, sort of just thinger deck. We could take out our Aeronaut's Wings because it seems like they're, well, what would I do instead? Probably nothing. I think we can keep running it. I don't see anything that's changing how I want to do this, so we'll run it back. One lander. I think we mull 2-lander we'll keep, and we'll probably dump. Tower Worker actually looks kind of good here. Could dump the Whirling Strike, but Whirling Strike looks good. Pyrrhic Blast is good too. Definitely not dumping a land. Probably dump the Pyrrhic Blast, I guess. As much as I like it, just feels like something we should cut, so I at least can go like Tower Worker into Juggernaut and get a nice flow going. Plus, Tower Worker certainly not bad when it has reach and can block certain pesky things. They do have Machine Over Matter, so it makes combat tricks a little bit worse. All right, missed the land drop, so we'll just attack and pass. They probably have the Paratrooper. Yep. Sure. I think the sad part is we actually have a really good deck against what they're doing. So we have 2 of those Pyrrhic Blasts too. But we're missing our land drop now, so we can't do anything. But it's unfortunate because we're very, very, very well geared to beat our opponent's deck. All their removal is been enchantment based so far, so. All right, let's do the Tower Worker here. So if they attack, we're going to block. Even if they have a combat trick, you can at least play a Scrapsmith next turn, so. Hopefully the Scrapsmith doesn't mill 3 lands. That would not be good. Well, the nice thing is Spectrum Sentinel doesn't have protection from anything in our deck, so that's cool. All right, we'll do the Scrapsmith. Please don't beat 3 lands. It's such a bummer. All right, so we're going to attack for 3 and then play the Strongbow. At least we can sack the Tower Worker, I guess, to make him a little bit bigger. It's not bad. Interesting. All right. Let's see. With land, I can get in for 2, 4, 8, 11. Well, it's not lethal, so we're gonna get in there. Actually, Whirling Strike doesn't really do anything on Scrapsmith. Or wait, it does. They both deal first strike damage. Thresher dies. Okay. Oh, that's too bad. Kind of looking like a GG sort of game here, guys, unfortunately. Love this deck. Absolutely loving our deck. Hating how this game's going. I mean, yeah, getting beat up by Spectrum Sentinels, not the way you want to go. Bummer. Ah, what a bummer. All right. Well, wasn't meant to be. Just a grip full of 4 or 5 drops, huh? All right. For Xaxes, no less? Nice. Well, I guess it's more than Xaxes, because... they had an extra attacker. All right, see you for round 2. All right, round 2, play first. It's a good one, we'll keep. Do you want to do the Visions first or the Chain Dancer? I don't know. I feel like Phyrexia is one that's better when you have a lot of lands, but you can also just play the lands that you get from Visions, so I'm not 100% on that. Sure. I'm not going to be able to pay to give Chain Dancer double strike if I play it and still play the Visions of Phyrexia, but I'm not 100% sure that matters either, so. I don't really want to trade my 3/1 for their value thing, so I'm going to hold up on that. Especially since we have Whirling Strikes in here and Pyrrhic Blasts. So they have 1 creature in there. Huh. Well, now I'm totally on board with trading, so. I'm going to do the Chain Dancer first, I think. I'm fine with this trade. Yeah, no problem. Still don't have the mana to do Visions plus give double strike. But that's all right. Good one. So get in. Huh. Sure. So the spider could blow up our Visions of Phyrexia, I think, too. Is it just creatures or no? It's an online permanent. I'm okay if they blow up Visions. I'm happier they blew up Chain Dancer, but I would have been okay if they blew up Visions too. All right, that's really good. So we'll go land, Rock Hunter, Cliff Stomper, Burner's Tart. So Burner's Tart can give a +2 damage to Cliff Stomper. Not that that's totally relevant or important here, but it's still kind of cool. I like the Burnished Heart sound effect too. It's an elk sound effect. Wow. All right. Free spells every turn. Really can't go wrong with that. I guess we can attack for 10 here right now. You want to gain the 3 life or leave it in the yard. All right, well, maybe they've got another emergency weld. I mean, emergency weld is like the best card for that deck. Gives you everything you want. Rager, sure. Ooh. Nice. So, yeah. I don't even know. This could even be lethal. I don't even know. I think it is. Xaxes. Alright. Cool. So, sack deck. Any way to deal with graveyards? Do I want to worry about that? I don't have anything for graveyards. Fall of Krug. They didn't really show us X1s, did they? Well, couple, but... Oh, wow, they're actually playing Thran Vigil, too. All right. Well, I think we're pretty much set here. Let's just run it back. So, Cliff Stomper into Scrapsmith. Or maybe into Burnish Heart might be better. Because then we can... Yeah, that's probably how it's going to go down. Leave your graveyard during your turn. Interesting. So, we don't need to do... Well... Yeah, it's a good question. What's better here? Because Cliff Stomper... Yeah, I think it's actually Rock Hunter. Next turn, I think it's still Burnish Heart. Unless we rip a land. If we rip a land, then I guess I go... getting the land back? It would make sense. Alright. Didn't get any creatures in the yard, though. That's good. Yeah, combat creator, sure. So, we got the land. Now I want to do the Cliff Stomper. Not the best use of mana. But allows us to get a 4/4 next turn. Attacker. 4/4 attacker. Relevant. I mean, I guess I could have gone Strongbow there, and then next turn gone Cliff Stomper plus. Yeah, that's true. But now I can kind of do this, which is pretty nifty. Only one to equip. Nice one. I'm going to play Burnished Heart because if we rip a land, we actually just killed him with Cliff Stomper and an attack. We sack the Burnished Heart, we get 2 more mountains, plus a mountain out, and that is Xaxes 9 points of damage. Jalem Tome actually makes sense for graveyard creatures and graveyard decks matter, so kind of can appreciate that. All right, did not get the land, so instead... we're just going to sack Burnished Heart, get 2 more mountains, and then play a Mine Worker. So now we can just play a Strong Bull, sack a Mine Worker, and... Oh. They couldn't even kill it? I think we'll just take it. Alright. See you for round 3. Alright, round 3. Play first. 1 lander, mull, 3 lander, keep, and we'll ditch the... I guess the Mine Worker. I want to play a 2-drop, but these are just better, especially if we're down a card. Pyrrhic Blast, there's an argument to toss it there, but this card is just very good. Now we can do choice between turn 3 Automaton or Scrapsmith. We're going to do the Automaton, because I want that hasty damage here. Now if we get a land, we can go Chain Dancer, or we can go Scrapsmith. Both options seem pretty good. Ooh, that's a good one. No Whirling Strike either. So let's do Chain Dancer now. Alright, so and with Chain Dancer, we can give Double Strike. Sounds good to me. I'll do Scrapsmith. Alright, got an artifact. We'll take it. Don't need it, but jumps us to 6. Possibly 7 at some point if we're fortunate enough. Ah, well, Visions is amazing, so that's definitely happening. So choices are give Double Strike plus play Tower Worker. I feel like getting the extra damage is actually better here. This could be wrong because it's only 2 extra damage, but we still get to play Tower Worker, so it kind of felt worth it to me. I could be wrong about this because getting an extra card each turn is really good. Plus, you immediately get a Power Stone token from this thing when you play it. So there is some benefits there. But now I can give Double Strike and still play Visions next turn, so that's also very good. And, you know, we're trying to be a little aggressive here. Trying to be a little aggressive. Especially with 2 Pyrrhic Blasts in hand, we can just dump a fatty at some point and hopefully finish him off. Don't have any actual fatties to dump yet, but that's alright. Ooh, 2/5. Onulet too, nice one. Alright. So alright, so we're gonna do Visions plus Rock Hunter here. And get a Power Stone token. So if they attack the medic, we block with Chain Dancer and Automaton. There's a lot of Yoshin medics. Wonder if they have like a grand late game plan. So we get a free card every turn. That's going to be pretty good. Demolisher. We actually can cast Demolisher. So we probably do, because we have Pyrrhic Blast. And then I guess I get another Power Stone token because I'm going to miss the Rock Hunter. But Rock Hunter doesn't do that much on this board anyway, so let's just do Demolisher. We can also use it to help cast our Unearth cost, so it's another perk. Because we're, you know, missing out on the Rock Hunter or whatever, but it's not a big deal. If they have removal, I hope it's just a prison sentence, because then we can Pyrrhic Blast. We can actually Pyrrhic Blast and eventually Unearth plus Pyrrhic Blast. It's going to take a lot of mana, though. Huh. Attacking with everything. That's interesting. So they have a board wipe. Okay. Board wipe. Now it makes sense. So think because they have a board wipe, we're gonna block like this. And I guess like I could just throw the rock under in front of the medic, but I think it's fairly safe to assume they got a board wipe, but we'll see. All right, maybe not. How did my Demolisher die? I missed that. I blocked the 4/4. All right, so I see, because of the way I blocked here. So 7, we can do Burnished Heart plus Stomper and pass, and then we can sack the Burnished Heart and get 2 more mountains. And then we'll be at 5, 7, 9. Still not enough to unearth plus Pyrrhic Blast, but that's all right. They're back up to 20. Sure. I'm gonna sack Burnished Heart still. Because we have 2 Whirling Strikes in here too. Ooh, Warfare, nice one. All right, so we'll do this. We'll play the Warfare. And I think we'll just pass. I'm trying to wait for an opportune time to kill them with Pyrrhic Blast. Who deals the damage? Pyrrhic Blast deals the damage, so it's a red source. Wow. Yeah, so it deals 1 extra damage too. It's nice. All right. Juggernaut. There's our Whirling Strike we were waiting for, so we'll get in with Big Boy. See if they take it, they actually die, which is just incredible. Yeah, so a Whirling Strike. We deal... I wonder if we kill them anyway here. No. No. We don't kill him. We don't kill him, but... It's actually really... Wait. No, it's not. It's really close, though. So let's do the Juggernaut. I can't leave up Pyrrhic Blast now, but that's all right. All in. So we need to deal 18. Let's see. 8 plus 5 is 13. 16, 17 plus Unleash Shell. That should be lethal. Oh, plus all the Mechanized Warfare damage as well. Can't forget that. Alright. Go to game 2 here. So, playing against an odd deck. They're playing multiple Yoshin medics. They do have a pump spell. We saw no, like, soldier value stuff. Multiple, like, res cards. I really like Prospector in theory. I have never seen it do anything, like, nuts, though. Sideboard, no, I think we're pretty well set where we want to be. This hand needs some help, but we're going to risk it. We have some 2-drops in here, so 2-drops or land is good. Any more expensive stuff, not so good. I mean, it turns out Visions is probably one of the best cards in our deck. Well, if they miss a land drop, I feel good about it, I guess. All right, well, looks like we're both missing land drops here. Oh, they found theirs. Hey, well, good. Let's do the Scrapsmith. Please don't be 3 lands. It's not panned out for me before. All right, one land I'll accept. We actually really want to slam this Visions of Phyrexia for that extra Power Stone token. Then we can start powering out some Juggernauts and be looking pretty good. They are pretty crazy for keeping that hand. It must have removal here, right? Okay. All right. Well, that makes a little more sense. So let's get... we're going to get Visions down, because it lets us play extra lands, too. I could do the Chain Dancer, but you know what? I want the lands. We got the Demolisher in hand. They don't have anything out. Let's just get extra cards now. I think that's our best bet. All right, well, we're getting another Power Stone token, because I'm not going to play that. So now we have Demolisher mana. Well, can still get it back, and I would say we're looking pretty good. All right, Tower Worker, not going to play that. Let's just get Heavy Hitter down. Another Power Stone token. We have the Pyrrhic Blast, which with Warfare out can deal another 9 damage in the Demolisher. So we're at like 18 damage right now, which is pretty good. All right. We'll pay our Demolisher cost here. I'll go lands. We have 6 mana. If I do this, I get in for 9, 6, 14. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna go for this because if we land one hit with that Demolisher, they're dead next turn with Pyrrhic Blast. Ooh, Ivory Tower, really? Don't see that too often. All right, I guess they're just dead with Unleashed Shell too. So all right. Well, ended up going 2-1. This deck was great. Very, very fun. Actually got to use Warfare. Visions of Phyrexia was MVP. And yeah, we ended up making a mono red deck that actually had a couple of the Cliff Stompers, which were great. Really fun deck. All right, well, let's do some pack one, pick ones here. And I have some extra packs from my last drafts that I haven't opened, so. All right, pack one, pick one. Easy Fauna Shaman. That wasn't in here. Probably take the Go for the Throat. Chromatic Star. These artifacts are still pretty good value in here. There's sack value stuff that this works well with. Plus, like if you turn this into a 4/4, if you animate it, dies, draws, that's not bad either. So, yeah, kind of interesting. All right, pack one, pick one here. Tokasia is a little too deep. I mean, it's a cool card, but giving all your dudes Vigilance and Surveil is really nice, actually. But I might just take Self-Assembler, just because it's usually built-in value. But actually, Excavation Explosion is great. Just kill something, you can hit your opponent's face, and you get a Power Stone token. Yeah, I'd probably take the Explosion. All right, what's this again? Oh yeah, this card's not bad. You do lose 3 life for it, but it's instant speed, and you look at the cards in each pile, then turn a pile of your choice face up, and then the opponent chooses which pile they want to give you. So it's kind of I like it. It's kind of like it's an interesting card, because it kind of puts your opponent in a weird spot where it's like, well, You can trick your opponent, and I'm sure it's very aggravating for them when they make the wrong choice because they don't know what one pile is, but they have to kind of guess like how you're gonna do it. Yotian Descendant is incredibly strong. It is multicolor to start it off, but it's whenever an artifact enters. So every Power Stone token you're getting, every little dude you're getting, you're just making dudes huge. I mean, Dissident, I really feel like can just take a game over. So that could be, I mean, just Dissident to Opportunist, you already get a counter. Could be an argument for the Dissident over the Negotiations. Yeah, you know what? I'd probably go Dissident. I keep wanting to build the Dissident deck, and I haven't gotten to yet. I know Liberator's good. Wow, Platinum Angel? I mean, it's 7 mana, but it's a cool effect. If you have Swiftfoot Boots, unless your opponent's got a board wipe, I don't think there's anything they can do. You just win the game. So, yeah, take Platinum Angel just because there's certain things with it where you just can't lose. Or if your opponent doesn't have any removal left, that can get it off the board. Stonebrain, not really good. It's like an artifact extirpate, sort of. Another Dissident, probably taking that. Clear Cutter doesn't seem that great to me. It's kind of clunky on both sides, but ramp is good for fatties. Take the Dissident, be happy about it. All right, here. Well, after just playing with it, Visions is amazing, so we'd probably take that. Remorse would be maybe close second because it's great removal. It exiles. I mean, deals with Unearth, Planeswalkers. All right, Legions to Ashes. This card's not bad. You can take out a bunch of tokens. I could see taking the Demolisher again. This is just really well worth it. 8 power Menace for 7, and you can Unearth it. Really just can win the game. So I could see taking the Demolisher, especially since... I mean, I guess you still kind of want to be playing red if you're playing it, but... Probably better than taking a multicolor, because white-black archetype is kind of a weird one too. So Infiltrator, good for the sack deck. Unleash Shell, playable. Machine Over Matter, playable. Commando, good for the soldier deck. Suchi Cave Guard's certainly not a bad card. Vigilance and Word for it. I mean, this card is strong. What's this do again? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, it like ends the turn. It's okay. It's expensive. And bounces everything. I mean, it does a lot, but it's expensive and kind of a weird one to try and make happen. Could take the Infiltrator. There's enough ways to sack where this card is very good. So maybe Infiltrator. All right. Well, I know Simian Simulacrum's amazing, so take that pretty easily. I mean, it's at least a 3 mana 4/3 artifact, and even if you're not playing green, so that's good. Yeah, really, really strong card. Easy pick there. And then last pick, we would take the... Ooh, I've seen that Thran Spider in action before. That's good. Keening Stone's a fun card. I don't know how great it is yet. Goblin Blast Runner. I did lose against some Blast Runner deck, so can be good. Thran Spider's amazing, though. You each get a tap Power Stone token, but then you can just get artifacts. It's a cool card. Probably take the Spider. 3 mana 2/4 reach is good, too. Everything about this card is pretty sweet, except giving your opponent a... It's weird that it gives your opponent a Power Stone token. I mean, obviously, if it just gave it to you, that would be really amazing, but then why even have that at all? Maybe it should just... I guess because it powers its ability, it's usually more beneficial for you than them, but still, a little bit odd. All right, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.